Welcome to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2025 Canadian Car of the Year, also the 2025 North American Car of the Year, the one and only Honda Civic Sedan Hybrid. The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid in this sedan version comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine combined with 2 electric motors for a total output of 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers are really good for the segment of compact sedans, but also very good for hybrids. The Civic comes front-wheel drive only. The engine is paired to an EVT transmission. It also comes with some drive modes like Econ, Normal, Sport, and even an individual mode that allows you to pick some items from all other modes to make it exactly how you want it. Safety features for the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sedan are things like collision mitigation braking system, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist system, road departure mitigation, blind spot information system, cross traffic monitor system, driver attention monitor, and low speed braking control, all part of the Honda Sensing umbrella of safety features. Fuel efficiency for the Civic Hybrid Sedan is 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers city and 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers highway, which is 50 mpg city and 47 mpg highway. Price for the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid in this sedan version starts in Canada around 36,000 Canadian dollars. The top trim goes to around 40,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, the price starts around 28,000 US dollars, and the top trim goes to around 31,000 US dollars. And as I said before, those prices are right there in the mix. The interior on the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sedan is really good. All the materials are soft and nice and they feel high quality. The support points are also padded and really comfortable. The steering wheel comes wrapped in leather and heated, at least in this top trim Sport Touring for Canada and the US. The windows are power, but the two front windows are one touch up and down. These are leather wrapped seats and they are really comfortable, and I like the design too, and have perforation in the middle and a little bit of contrast stitching. This is all good, and they are heated in the front and the back, again based on this top trim for Canada and the US. There is a Bose premium system with 12 speakers, if I'm not mistaken. A 12.2 inches digital gauge cluster that you can configure and change the way that it looks from simple to traditional, and you can also change the different level of information that the car can give you, and all the messages from the car comes here. It is really nicely designed, really functional, easy to use. I like this. And then we have a 9 inches in this top trim infotainment screen, and it is set here in the top of the dash, so it's really easy for driving and not taking your eyes too far from the road, so I like that. It is color and touchscreen. The icons are pretty big and easy to use and easy to find and easy to read, so that's good. This system comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless, and it also has Google built in, and the maps are there, and everybody is used to Google Maps. This is a really cool feature to have, and more cars are adding this too. And there is Alexa integration here as well, so it's all good. There is a volume knob and a home and a back button here and a SIG physical button, so you don't need to use the screen for that. I like that. The air conditioning controls are all physical buttons and they feel really good to use and they are big, and in general the ergonomics on this cabin is great because everything is at your finger points, everything is to your reach. I really like this. There is wireless charger for your phone here, two cup holder, and a regular shifter, which I really thanks Honda for keeping regular shifter in the Honda Civic. There is a drive mode, a switch here, and your electronic parking brake. The center console is pretty big for this size of this car, very functional. I have this little tray here, so that is good. The glove box, I will say, is on the average size. We have a sunroof here. A couple of interesting things out of the cabin here. The Civic has this honeycomb inspired trim here, and it looks really cool and it's nice to touch for a crazy reason. And the controls for the vents are also pretty cool and tactile. I like this design. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and there is a space for me for my knees and my height. There is a center armrest there with two cup holders. The back seats are also heated in this top trim, and the seats are really comfortable. The trunk is huge in my opinion, especially when we consider that this is a compact sedan. So this is pretty simple and straightforward. It's tasteful, but also brings the Civic back to a regular layout that in my opinion will attract even more customers. This is a very loved vehicle. For 3 generations or so, the Civic came with a very futuristic, like call it, dashboard. And it was cool too, but I think many customers were uh, missing this traditional for everyone dashboard layout. I like it. I think this is a right move from Honda. Everything is very functional, as I said here. This is an excellent cabin. So how is to drive the 2025 Honda Civic Sedan Hybrid? Much more than what I was expecting. This may be the perfect car all around for most people, and especially for Civic buyers and Civic fans. This is really good. So let me start with the insulation on the cabin. Is really good. I think all the insulation went to the front of the car because you can barely hear the engine. So it gives you this impression that you are driving an electric car, and I will expand on that a little bit later. So the insulation is really good for the glass. If not top, it's close there. So that is good. It makes the drive really nice and quiet and chill. I like this. Then the suspension. The suspension, there is a smooth aspect to it that I'm really impressed with, because yes, it's absorbed the imperfection from the road. It's a sedan, it's close to the ground, it's not the most expensive car there, so they only can do so much for the budget. But the part that impressed me the most is it's just so smooth. It makes you feel that you are not even touching the road. So it's not about dealing with imperfections. It's about maintaining the car like in a line or in a really stable and almost no movement, constant state. It's really hard to describe, but I guess the best word, which I already used, um, that I can use here is smooth. Really smooth. The Civic comes with an e-CVT, and it's just a CVT with an extra there to cope with the electric motors. CVT transmissions has one disadvantage, which is the noise that the car produces when you floor the car. In here though, because of the insulation of the cabin, you can barely feel the engine. So when you floor it a lot, even though the engine, if the engine isn't one working, because mostly it's electric or the combination of the engine plus electric motors, you can barely hear it. So it always feels like you are driving an electric car. And that's the coolest part ever of this car, in my opinion, on the experience. So that with the suspension and of course the quiet of the cabin, it feels different and special. I am getting 100% electric car vibe from this car, and that's a good thing. So then the steering is perfectly balanced, it's really direct and quick. It's not too soft, it's not too firm. So I like that. There is a little bit of a sportiness here with the steering, I find. And let's take this one. Yeah, and even the chassis and the suspension too is really good on cornering. So all that is good. I like the steering. It feels good in your hands too. And then we have the brakes. Oh my God, these brakes. Like, I don't think there are other cars, electric or hybrid or plug-in hybrid, that I have driven that has this perfect brake feeling. These brakes has no regen feeling whatsoever to me. So that's pretty cool because it makes the car very normal, and especially the Civic customers that are not necessarily looking for a hybrid but still want to have a Civic. Well, this is giving them normal Civic driving experience, and that is the best thing that Honda has done here, in my opinion. So the brakes, I'm absolutely impressed and blown away by, for sure. The visibility is great because the windows on the Civic are huge. The the windshield is huge. Has a little bit of an extra window there after the, I guess, the B pillar or the B.1 pillar. I don't know, before the C pillar, so that helps. The blind spot is really small, so it's pretty good on visibility, but you have blind spot monitoring and reverse camera if you need help to park. So that is good. The back window, because it has like a fastback type of design, this sedan, it's a little narrow, but I can still see everything through the back mirror, so I'm good. And I took a highway trip and I've been driving around the city, so I have no issues with visibility whatsoever. That is good. And then, of course, the star of the car, this hybrid system, which is a combination of a 2.0 four-cylinder engine with two electric motors, and the total output is around 200 horsepower. That, to start with, is a lot of power. It's very good on power for the class, for the size of the car, for everything. So it's almost class leading. That is good. The Civic Si, which used to be, or still is, the sporty Civic, has 200 horsepower. So that's that. But because we have the two electric motors always assisting the Civic, the acceleration is immediate and quick. And again, it has this electric feeling all the time. When you flutter, it goes. There is no lag whatsoever because the batteries really assist. So it is an impressive driving here. It's not only the 200 horsepower, which by itself is a lot, it's good for this car, the size, the weight, and the segment, as I said, but it's also really good on the sensation, the driving sensation. When you drive this car, it gives you a unique sensation, or at least to me. Again, I'm just a guy like you. So really, really good. It accelerates from stops amazingly because it takes a lot of help from the electric uh, motors, and then the engine kicks in sometimes it doesn't. It keeps switching around, but it is really good. And I was in the highway too, and I had to pass, and the passing was like if I was in a V6 with a lot more power, because it's immediate, it pulls the car or push the car. It's really good. I'm super impressed and super happy. So not only the Civic is bringing this extra power to the hybrid sedan hybrids, world that typically they were low in power, full on fuel efficiency. But also now is bringing so the power to that formula. So you don't have to sacrifice on power because you are getting a hybrid. Now you have the power. But most important, and I think this is the key here for this car to be a winner. Again, this is my view, please. Is that Civics are loved. It's a car that has been around for a long time. It has been best-selling for years and years, both in Canada and the US. So it is a car that people keeps coming back to or going to. And here is giving Honda is giving the people their all Civic experience with now the cool hybrid system that you cannot see. And this is my closing argument here. This setup, we waited so long for a Civic Hybrid for a reason, because the execution here is perfect. The transitions from electric to the gas engine are seamless, 100% seamless. You have gauges and you can see all this stuff, all this hybrid information here. You take all that away and you completely forget, if you don't want to look, and you should not be looking at this because it's completely unnecessary. You drive this car like any other car. It's a Civic, it's still a Civic. It gives you this driving dynamics. It is great handling. It is very fuel efficient now with the hybrid setup, but especially the driving is just normal. You can perfectly give this car to someone and tell him it's just a Civic, and they will not even think about it is a hybrid, except for when they are stopping and the car has no sound, or the weird sound when you are reversing. That's it. There is no transition, there is no drama, there is no weird stuff happening here, not from the brakes, not from the engine passing to electric to engine to electric to engine. This is perfect. So I'm super happy to finally drive the Canadian Car of the Year for 2025 and the North American Car of the Year. I always like Civics. I was really looking forward to drive this. I was a little bit concerned that they would have taken away the Civic experience to make it hybrid. It's completely the opposite. They enhance the Civic experience by giving you a lot more power, seamless power, an electric feeling on acceleration, an immediate power, uh, you know, availability, and a crazy fuel efficiency. This is a win for a reason. It's not me saying it. It's all these people that have given these awards to the Civic. I'm just here to repeat and to share my experience as a normal guy. What is it? It is true. It is the perfect car. So, you want a sedan that is practical, spacious, powerful, handles great, and have an exceptional fuel efficiency? Your search is over. You can get a 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid.